Hey, what's up, Fernando? Hey, here's part two of our Boca cover by Astrid Celeste. Celeste. Um, so this is starting at 124 in the video. He's just went through a verse and a chorus there, and it's coming back around. So I believe we left off at the end of it. We'll start off with this chord that's at 124. It's the D minor ninth. So fifth for the second, third, and fourth on the A, G, and the B string, and then our first finger here on the D on the third. So I'll go over some of the techniques he's using. So he's kind of plucking them all at the same time. Let me adjust the camera angle here. Just kind of just playing them all at the same time. So he's playing that chord, then to it's a B major seventh without the A, so he's really playing just your D, G, and B on this chord, which is third fret for the, I'm using the third finger and the pinky on the D and the B string, and the second finger right in the middle on the second fret of the G string. And now this gets a nice crisp sound. This next, it's just playing the open G and the B, and then first finger on the first fret of the E, second finger on the second fret of the G, and then to our B flat right here, which is the first fret of the A string, first fret of the B string. Also playing the G, so thumb on the A, G string, and B string. And then he does a little tap right here, and then to the B flat major seventh, which is B flat, first fret of the A string, third fret of the D, third fret of the B, second fret of the G. And he slides up here. He's gonna do this, but he doesn't play the pinky there. It's really just this. Usually, and later in the song, he does the full chord, but this is the sharp 5 chord, which is the E string sharp, the B string sharp 5th to the 6th fret, and he's playing that with his third finger, second finger on the 6th fret of the G, first finger is barred across there, and then normally in the rest of the song he's placing his pinky on the 7th of the A string. But that's the chord. It's the same chord as this, but that sounds thinner, this sounds thicker. So I'll play that part. So it's going, oh, sorry. Without the pinky. Then it starts the regular verse. Kind of wanted to go over this part a little bit in depth because it's such a cool rhythm he's got going on here. A little bit intriguing. The chords are, once again, that D minor ninth. And that's gonna stay there for the first measure. So what he's doing, as far as I can tell, and my timing isn't probably spot on, if you've got any other opinions, let me know or put them in the comments. So here we go. And then he taps. I believe the tap is on the 2, so 1 and 2. And then he comes up again on the and of 2. So 1 and 2 and 3. And then he's going to just hit the A string for the 3. 1 and 2. And so 1 and 2 and 3. And then a down up and then a tap on 4. So you got these little slap taps, whatever you want to call them, where he's hitting the body of the strings and making like that clicking noise. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'll do that again slowly. 1 and 2 and 3 and there's a little down up and then tap. Tap. So 1. And that rhythm kind of follows through the next series of chords. Sorry. So that goes, That is our B, we can call this a C/B flat. Here's part of the C chord, and with a B flat bass note. So 6th fret with your 2nd finger on the E string, 1st finger's across the D and the G and the B, but I think he's really just playing the D and the G. So that once again, we're gonna go down, we're gonna pluck the chords and then down, and then another little tap there. And then this next chord, which is, he plays like this, B flat, 1st finger on the 1st fret of the A string, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the D, and 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the G, pinky for good measure on the B string at the 3rd fret. Or down up. So here we go. So down. Oops. So there we go. The next chord after that in this series is going to be the G minor, but he plays it like this. 1st finger across the 3rd fret, all the strings. 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the bottom string, the E. Pinky on the B string on the 6th fret. Beautiful chord. I call that a, I don't know, G minor 2nd, G minor 7th, G minor 7th for the 2nd, because it's got the A note in there. Beautiful chord. Anyways, here's what he's doing with that. It's the same kind of thing. Down, same kind of thing. And then take those 2 additional fingers off. Now this gets a little bit different at the tail end of that. He hits the B, that low E string, and then plucks the B and the G. Almost like an exclamation point. Oops. So I'll do that again. Out. And then he's to this cool chord. I think we're calling it a D minor 7 flat, a E minor 7 flat 5. It's missing that note. I think, but that's implied, E minor 7 flat 5. And he's plucking that with his thumb, 1st and 2nd finger. So G string on the thumb for the thumb on the right hand, 1st finger on the, D string for the thumb, 1st finger on the G, 2nd finger on the B. And it's just these 3 notes right up here. 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the G, pinky on the 3rd fret of the B. Now he does this cool thing where it's that, and then he's gonna hit the A string, and then he's gonna go to an A7 chord. Drop the 1st finger on the 1st fret of the E string for that, which is usually up here, the sharp 5 chord, turning it into a A7 sharp 5 or just A sharp 5 chord. So that part goes, and this is kind of straight, more straight rhythmically. It's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then he's going to throw for good measure A string just to keep it symmetrical, and it almost is a lead into the next chord because the next chord is going to be that B flat. So here's what's happening. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and do it again. 1 the next chord. Now here's what's happening. There's going to be a pulsating A note, A string here, note going here. It is a B flat note, in fact, and it's that same B flat, which is that's on the first fret. So what's happening? Listen to that bass line going. Now, if you'll notice, he just goes right to that next chord, which is our B flat major 7th chord. So watch this. So 1 bass note, 2 bass notes. So you could count it as 1 and 2, 3, or sorry, and 2 and 3 and 4 to an A7th, which is first finger on the first fret of the B string, second finger on the second fret of the D string. And then I think he's just hitting all 4 strings, the A, D, G, and B of that chord. And then he's gonna go to the F with the B flat in the bass. First finger on the first fret of the B string, second finger on the second fret of the G, pinky on the third fret of the D, third finger on the third fret of the low E string. So then to a G minor, just straight across, bass note. So I'll do that again, those 2 measures. So here's your B flat. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'll do it again. 1 and 2. Sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and now to that funky chord. I believe we did it last lesson. It's call it an E, I guess, with a G sharp in the bass. Great chord. Once again, I'll do it 4th fret for the second finger on the E string, 2nd fret for the first finger on the D string, 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the G. Oh, sorry, that was the D string for the first finger. G string for the 3rd finger on the 4th fret. Pinky's going to be on the 5th fret of the B string. So it's going to hit. He's playing. He's in the right hand, thumb on the E, first finger on the D, second finger on the G, third finger on the B, and he's plucking it and then going to hit the bass note. So 1 and 2 and, so 1 and 2 and. Now the next going to go, first finger is going to come up to the 3rd, pinky is going to come up to the 6th. So that's going to go pluck all the notes of the chord, hit the bass note, and then come back down to the original position. So all that together is, oops. There we go. So really it's 2 beats on the first chord. 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and that's how you would count it. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and now for that E minor 7 flat 5, 3, 4 to the A7. Then instead of putting our first finger here, he's going for a really full sound. And that leads us into the chorus. And just for safety's sake, I will leave this right here and I will come back with another video for the next chorus. There we go.